Dorian behind the cage. Dash to his right and wraps it around for the goal. Lovo, O'Reilly over the top. Roy ready. Shot and score. Gets around Wheat. Off the bounce. Shot and a score. Wow. Levine with some speed. Levine fakes a pass. Levine all the way is going to fire and score. Up top, Druin. He wants a shot, and he's got it. Wow. Meanwhile, Arbusto. One-handed shot is up and in. With an extra man. Bouvier sniping top corner. Sophomore goes back to it. Enzo turns and scores. Now inside of 4 minutes. Who's the man? Spellman's the man. That's who. Clark on the run. Shot and score. Meanwhile, Durkin to the cage. Shot and score. Chase. Extra feed. Shot and score. Game over. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Manchester. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. First ever meeting between the Derryfield Cougars and the Bedford Bulldogs. A game long in the making. Regional powers, only about 15 miles or so separate the two schools. And yet somehow, despite both teams at one point going on nationally recognized multi-season win streaks, finally get a cross-divisional matchup, hopefully the first of many, here on a windy morning in Manchester. Bedford, Division 1. 1-1 out of the gate. A win over Salem on opening day. A loss their last time out at home against perennial Division 1 power Pinkerton. Derryfield, they won their season opener, a 9-6 win over Seacoast Power Winnipeg. Bedford, as we know, a lot of athletes. Their defense looked good in the loss back on Thursday against Pinkerton. That final score was, of course, 5-2. But I think those in the know, those surrounding both of these two programs, excited for this matchup. And hopefully this may become part of a year in and year out cross-divisional rivalry.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm excited. I've been affiliated with Bedford High School Lacrosse since they started,
right.
And I can't remember a time where these two teams met, not even in a preseason scrimmage. So to see the strength and history that Coach Hetler has put together here against the Bedford program that was in Division II, moved up to Division I, and has had their struggles at Division I. This is going to be a really good contest to see who comes out ahead. Derryfield, very young team. 2 seniors, they haven't seen a lot of time, if at all. So they have got to rely on their returning stars from last year, namely Chili Chabot, who is a sophomore. He was a first-teamer last year for All-State.
Right.
And, of course, Quinn Silvio. We saw a lot of Quinn Silvio last year coming out of the midfield with him and Chaz Dean, who has since graduated. But Bedford, you said it at the start. Tough on defense. I was actually really, really impressed with the way they handled Pinkerton with Spellman and Lynch and those guys that are just hot guns for the Astros. And they literally shut them down. I mean, they're prolific scorers, and that's going to be the Bedford's key throughout the season. They need to get it together on offense, though. They do have some holes out there. They've got 2 guys that they rely on, Derek Kaliza and Sean Toscano, but they got to pull the whole package together today against this team.
Yeah, still early in the season, as you mentioned the other night. A lot of things need to be ironed out both ways. Is the defense typically ahead of the attack at this point of the season?
I think in most cases, absolutely. I think in Bedford's case, it is absolutely. They have got experienced guys back there on defense that are all returning. So they've got that ability to really clamp it down. I just think that, with this early, there are exceptions out there, of course. But even Pinkerton, who had returning players on almost both their starting attack and their midfield the other night, they had a lot of turnovers and miscues and things like that, all the way around. So absolutely, the offense is a step behind the defense right now.
Also, a morning game, less than 48 hours later in the case of Bedford. As we mentioned, a slick turf, similar to the other night. Are those external factors, are they relevant here this afternoon, or are those sometimes overblown?
I think it's overblown. Both teams here are disciplined. I know that with Coach Hetler, you're not going to not be prepared. He runs that ship pretty tight, and those players respect what he is asking of them. Coach Johansmeyer, I know, my own son, Dad got to go to bed tonight. Matt's the assistant here with Bedford. They've got those guys, regimented to be ready to go. I don't think it makes a difference. 11 o'clock to me isn't early, so.
Right. Well, you never know with teenagers. That's for sure.
That is for sure. Yeah, Friday night, Saturday morning. Hey, both these squad. I don't know about Derryfield. I think they practice on Sunday morning, but Bedford, those boys, every Saturday, 9 o'clock. So they don't get away with a late night Friday night type ordeal. So
right. All right. When we come back, get Roger's keys to the game. Starting lineups, national anthems on the way, and then game time. Bedford and Derryfield for the first time ever, live here on our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And do you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company. It's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
A players' meeting at midfield as we get set for the opening festivities here in Manchester. The two goaltenders touching gloves. That'll be a matchup to watch, Roger, as well, as we welcome you back inside our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance Broadcast. Parker Lebedes, sophomore goaltender in white for Derryfield, off to our left. And, of course, the veteran Matt Desmond, one of the co-captains, the senior, on his way to Southern New Hampshire University in black and red for Bedford, off to our right. First quarter, first ever meeting between these two schools. For a long time, they were torchbearers in Division II. Bedford won 3 in a row in 2012, 13, and 14. Derryfield rattled off 4 straight in 2016, 17, 18, and 19. Cougars perhaps seen as one of the early favorites in Division II. And, of course, Bedford, a typical playoff team since making the jump a few seasons back to Division I.
So the keys to or the keys that I feel to this game have already occurred, and that is, or one of them, anyways, and that is they have got to get Dalton Roberto at the faceoff X right into groove, and he pops the first one. So the second key is right there, number 17, Griffin. He has got to produce today. Had a lot of takes the other night, but just never paid off.
Meanwhile, Toscano, the junior co-captain, draws the slide but runs into trouble. Coughed it up on the double team, and now Derryfield the other way for the first time. Dugan Little, the junior, on the clear, the pole. He's going to find a man near the cage, and a shot and a score is going to get Derryfield on the board. That's R.J. Prue, the freshman, able to slip free on the backside. The pass on the money, and Prue puts the home team in front 1-0 with just over a minute gone by.
Yeah, everybody came up on the long pole Little and left the backside wide open. You don't get a rotation from the low end first. You don't get that backside defender to commit first. You want the point guy to commit first. Just a foible on the Bulldogs.
So 1-0 Derryfield. And now the Cougars in their own end looking for the clear, trying to build on this 1-0 lead. Lebedes comes out of cage, near side on a short pass taken by Ethan Flanagan. Junior expected to see a lot of time. Going to come across midfield, and Derryfield will set up on the attack.
Yeah, Flanagan is one of those guys to watch this year. Obviously, coming upfield with the ball there, he could prove to fill in where Chaz Dean left on that midfield line. One
of several promising newcomers that Coach Hetler highlighted to us, both on and off there.
Yeah, number 2 is also a newcomer. He's a former Bedford Bulldog, in fact.
It's John Kramer facing his old mates here, and can only imagine what he's thinking here. Always get up for those games against your friends, right?
Oh, yeah, kind of like the old...
Shot, score, wow. Quinn Silvio to his left, the junior. Able to fire it across the body on the move and fool Desmond to make it now 2-0 Cougars.
Yeah, this is one thing that we noticed the other night from Bedford. There was not a lot of engagement up at the top of the box between the midfielders. Silvio gets a great pick, and he sheds his defender, gets his arms extended, has lots of space, and goes low on Desmond.
One of Derryfield's better players last year as a sophomore, and quick trigger there. Derryfield, meanwhile, wins the face-off, and now the Cougars again on the move here left to right.
Little with great vision there, which is something you don't see as often as we should at this level of high school sports, but lacrosse, that is. But he goes far side. He's got good vision to pick up the open man to get it to the box.
Derryfield in no hurry here on their third trip with 3 minutes gone by in this first quarter. A 2-0 lead here for this young Derryfield squad. Here's a spin move. Pass for the cutter. A tip shot, it looked like.
A bunch going on in the defense there. Everybody's collapsing and leaving the perimeter open. That's not a good sign.
A lot of room to operate here on the wings and now behind the cage. Going to swing it far side. Murray with a quick touch. Now back up top for Kramer.
Watch the sweep.
Silvio gets inside, draws the slide. Pass, though, knocked down in the crowd. And now out of the scrum for Bedford is Parker Henry Sean, one of their big physical defenders. It's a tumble on the pass. They're going to recenter it. Joe Michael, one of the senior co-captains, absorbs a check and clears it himself.
Loved what Parker Hendershon just did there. He was in a crowd. He accelerated out where he was getting played hard and rolled back, which is the first thing you want to do as a defender. You don't want to lose the ball in the alley. You don't want to lose it out there.
So Bedford gets the stop, now trying to get on the board here with just over 4 minutes gone by. Good crowd here, overcast skies. As we mentioned, it has not stopped the fans from turning out for this 11:30 a.m. opening faceoff. Shot on the move there, ends up wide. Bedford will keep it. Colton Poole, who scored a goal the other night against Pinkerton, going to restart it, and Bedford goes back up top for Toscano. Toscano off
got
the
his
pick.
arms. Oh, that's a
Trying to split defenders. Good recovery, though, by the Cougars defensively, and Bedford restarts. Patient trip here so far for the Bulldogs. Andrew McGee with a shot. Snuck through the crowd, goes over the crossbar by a few inches.
good left hand by McGee. That thing dialed in.
McGee, the senior. Kaliza, goal going to be pushed back. That's Derek, you mentioned, the sophomore. And now up top, Griffin draws a slide. Good dodge to his left, trying to weave his way through a crowd. Shot there off balance is redirected. Scramble in the corner. The ball stays inbound. It stays with Bedford.
Nice pick.
Kaliza, good catch. Going to fire a bouncer that ends up a little bit wide.
That did not come out of Toscano's stick right. Maybe a little backlash from a wet stick the other night against Pinkerton. He may have to dial that thing in a little bit.
Coming up at the midway point, first quarter. Bulldogs trailing 2-0. McGee lost it. The senior recovers and now goes behind the cage for the freshman. That's Luke Purnell, who I thought held his own the other night against the Astros. Toscano's shot set aside, and then in midair, it's plucked by Flanagan in a foot race here to the near side. His pass deflected. And there's Henry Sean again for the Bulldogs with his second ground ball.
Wow.
Across the zone, Kerr. It's Tristan Kerr, the sophomore.
Good look again.
Yep, back middle, Toscano. Takes it unchallenged off the bounce. Now the junior to his right.
There it is.
Fire and score! Sean Toscano. Knocked down, didn't matter. Goes low to put Bedford on the board, now 2-1.
Boy, I want to get hockey assists implemented into lacrosse. I got to tell you, that clear there, going from Hendershon across to Tristan Kerr, really started that play off, and it left Toscano wide open at midfield. Great transition, good movement of the ball out of your own defensive zone to create something in transition. Great job by the Bulldogs there.
Bedford needed it. Frankly, it looked like Coach Hansmeyer's crew came out a little flat for the opening few minutes, fell down 2-0, but a good patient possession there and a good shot by Toscano.
Well, I've said it 100 times since we've been doing these broadcasts, and when Bedford has been the team, they have traditionally come out slow all the time. Don't know what it is, just a thing.
Poole, meanwhile,
he's got a good look here.
Stripped from behind. Good defensive play by the long pole.
Oh, bad play.
Tyler Lattieri, however, nearly turned it over in his own end. The goaltender helps him. Big hit behind the play on the pass. Leeds got decleated. And now it's Silvio unchallenged here along the near side.
I'm telling you, the Bulldogs got lucky there because with the pressure they put on the goaltender, there were no riding defenders in the midfield. Derryfield had three guys wide open that could have created a nasty for them.
So the Cougars back on the attack for the first time in a little while as we move inside of 5 minutes first quarter.
It's a pretty standard set that Coach Hetler runs here with his midfield. A lot of variations they morph off of here, but We're going to go 5-on-5 here to some extent, get a good run.
Here's Cabot. Takes a hit up top from Michael. He's got the Bedford sideline fired up. Cabot trying to dance away from the big senior.
That's
big hit there. Look out.
Good job, Joe.
Little
Michael.
bully ball is Michael. Michael still moving down that far sideline. Pass in the middle, broken up. Michael trying to stick with it. Silvio now in the mix for Derryfield. Physical play here at the 4-minute mark, first quarter. Silvio trying to make several men miss. Knocked down from the side, and here comes the game's first penalty. Derryfield going to keep it going as Fowler trying to spin his way out of danger. Throws a wild pass that's high and outside and out of play. Finally brings a stop to the action here with 3:45 to go.
Yeah, it's going to be Colton Poole on a push there. Pretty violent push. Could have actually gone with a cross check, but yep, good call. The call.
No, this game has gotten physical as we've seen a number of hits already.
Well, it's interesting because we saw
of the legal and illegal variety, right?
We saw Chili Chabot at attack last year, and he's out there on midfield and getting challenged up straight with Joe Michael. There was a huge mismatch in size and weight there, and Joey just took him out of the play completely.
Michael looked good the other night against Pinkerton, had a transition goal. He's on his way to Fordham University down in the Bronx to play football. Of course, 3-year starter under center for the Bulldog football team the last 3 seasons. This one shot from up top, kicked away, it looked like, by Desmond, who's looked pretty good here. Let up the 2 early ones, but both of those doorstep goals for Derryfield. Yeah, or at least the first one was.
Good step down by Kramer. Desmond's seen a lot of rubber from him over the courses of their careers, for sure.
Lataki offensively for Bedford. Coach O'Spire in game.
Yeah, this is where Bedford excelled the other night. I think they only gave up 1 extra man goal, and their box and one looked really tight and organized. They did not miss on too many.
Here comes Silvio. Got a man near side. That's Flint, the former Trinity Pioneer, who fires wide. Foot race to the corner. We'll keep it at this end. Good hustle by Derryfield's Liam Canty.
Yeah, and good rotation by Derryfield to find that open man on the backside. They're when you can move the ball quickly on the perimeter and get the defense to move and then maybe change direction, that's where you're going to see success. Nice check.
Big hit. Murray lost it. Couple of Bulldogs in the area. Now Bedford, they go to Michael. Comes up with the clear. Michael trying to keep his man guessing. Dugan Little, though, took a swipe and knocked it free. Now a multi-player pile up. The long pole looking to get on track. That's Brian Riccio.
Got a timeout call.
Freshman ultimately got it. Or was that Derryfield?
Yeah. It looked like Bedford had possession.
I thought so.
Yeah, it looked like Hendershon had it there.
So it's the first time out either way. It comes with just over 2 minutes to go in this opening quarter.
Let's see, yeah. So the strengths are showing through on both sides here. Derryfield with an experienced offensive team. Bedford with an experienced defensive squad out there. And a good check on the far side there with the man-up situation with Derryfield, and they turn it into a transition. So interesting. I want to see what's going on here with this timeout and who gets possession, because this could turn the game here. We've got, just a little over 2 minutes here in the first quarter. Give Bedford a chance to get back in it here.
Cougars came out hot on their first possession in transition. Little to prove. Put the Cougars on the board with just over a minute gone by, and less than, I guess a little over a minute after that point, Quinn Silvio, unassisted from the top of the box, made it 2-0. Bedford seemed to wake up, so to speak, at that point. Came up with an answer midway through this first quarter, Sean Toscano. And now, Bulldogs hoping to tie this game at 2 late in this first quarter.
It looks like it is going to be Bedford, so it was a Bedford timeout.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you a little bit about Joe Michael. He did not get contested the other night on that goal he scored unassisted in transition. He went end-to-end, basically. But the 2 times he's been pressured here on the clears that he has broke free of, he's made a poor pass that went right into the ground, and the ball came out of his stick here just now. He may want to check his equipment and see what's going on there.
Cougars have, I'm
Good
sure.
look.
Oh, great.
Kaleza.
Over the shot, Kaleza. Over the shoulder shot from the sophomore. Able to make it work in close quarters, and the Bulldogs now have tied the game at 2.
Yeah, maybe a little falling asleep here, and Kaleza was one of my dogs of the game the other night, unfortunately. He didn't move a lot, and now he's really moving. He finds the defense kind of doing a cross-crease slide because he was not being played at X, and he finds a little gap there and shows a little bit of skill that we've seen before from him as a freshman last year. Good play by Kaleza.
So 2-2. Roberto at X.
Good
for
look.
Bedford. Had it briefly. Chopped down from behind is Little. Good defensive play for the Bulldogs by Sam D'Urso, the sophomore midi. All right, Bedford now a chance for their first lead with inside of 100 seconds remaining in this opening frame. Kaleza to his left. Forced out, goal line extended. Roberto will reset deep on the near wing. Up top, Griffin. Dodge to his left. Roberto high in the cage for a moment. And now it's Toscano seeking his second goal.
Nice left.
Shot, score. Able to go low. Toscano. A quick trigger. Bedford back-to-back goals within a minute of each other. And now it's the Bulldogs on top for the first time, 3-2.
Good for Toscano here. Good skill. Dodges to his right and then switches to his left and gets that hand extended up and high and changes planes a little bit on the goaltender and comes up big. Good play by Hadley there, number 17. Yeah, you're right.
Griffin is 17.
Griffin is 17.
Hadley is 11. Those two with a little bit of a roster issue the other night.
Yeah, indeed.
Making sure we're saying the right names here as we move
sync.
inside of 1 minute to go. Derryfield off the face-off, hoping for a quick answer. They won't get it here. It's turned over behind cage. And again, Henry Sean collecting the ground ball, using that size to carve out some space. Now Michael on the clear, steps over the 50, the senior.
There we go.
Comes near side, and now an opportunity for the Bulldogs to nab another here. Hoping to score 3 times in the final 2 minutes. They've scored 3 unanswered here.
I got to tell you, Nick, I've seen a lot of college lacrosse this season so far, a lot of UNH lacrosse. Bedford has got one of the best clears I've seen all year. They have not made a mistake.
Good cover up by the goaltender. And now Lebedes finally gets rid of it near side with 10 seconds. Derryfield trying to be careful in their own end. A spin move at midfield will get the clear. This is Fowler on the near side. Wants one final shot. No problem for Desmond on the bouncing stop. He'll fling it end to end, and that will do it for the first period. Derryfield scored the first 2. Bedford has scored the last 3. And the Bulldogs hold a 1-goal edge after 1, 3-2 here in Manchester. Right back to the Derryfield School in just a moment. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
3-2 Bulldogs after one here in Manchester. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you from the Derryfield School. First ever meeting between these two. Derryfield, perennial Division II power under head coach Chris Hetler. Coach Joe Hansmeyer trying to get Bedford into the top 4 grouping, I think is probably the goal year in and year out for the program.
Just below, yeah.
Trying to carve out an advantage at X. Good wing play there by D'Urso. Able to secure it for the Bulldogs, and now the attack, hoping to give their team a 2-goal lead for the first time. Bedford trailed early, 2-0. Derryfield 2 goals in the first 3 minutes. Bedford didn't get on the board until midway through that first quarter.
Dodge. Oh, nice take.
Griffin trying to swim upstream, shot there from a tough angle, ends up wide. Bedford will keep it.
So Dalton Roberto becoming a big factor in this game compared to what the Bulldogs had for face-off success the other night against Pinkerton. He's already won 4 face-offs today. The only 2 the Bulldogs did win the other night, if you recall, were on violations. They did not see success. Yeah,
we know about Pinkerton's face-off man, the sophomore, Cole Frank, one of the best in the business, and showed you why the other night. Astros beat Bedford in their season opener to open up at 1-0. Bedford trying to recover here and get their second win of the season. They beat Salem to kick off the season last week. Derryfield a winner in their lone game so far. They beat Winnicott 9-6, hoping for a cross-divisional win. That would be a big win, right, for the program if Derry can find success this afternoon.
Oh, bad pass.
Kaliza goes upstairs. Toscano not able to control it. Derryfield gets to it. Quick whistle. Now a quick restart for the Cougars. Silvio in transition, going to wind and fire. That one wide. Good hustle on the backside by Prue to keep it with the Cougars.
Yeah, not always the thing you want to do when you're down by a goal. You want a good possession, and that was not a really great take by Sylvia. He was still about 12 yards out there. Thankfully, he had coverage in the back to get the ball back.
Silvio hoping for his second goal. Scored once in the first quarter. Prue got the opener. Here's a good kick save. Desmond starting to warm up between the pipes for Bedford. And now the Bulldogs, another successful clear. Michael in full sprint, lowers the shoulder. Going to fire on the run and score through the 5-hole. Another end-to-end score for Joe Michael. Did it in similar fashion 2 nights ago against Pinkerton. And now the Bulldogs streak is 4 unanswered goals. They lead by 2 for the first time at 4-2.
Yeah, you cannot let Joe Michael get on his horse and get that kind of distance from the defenders on transition. He found the 5-hole. He comes up with these shots that I mentioned the other night. You'd think he was an experienced offensive midfielder, the way he always puts it on the ground and finds space. But, man, he's coming together.
Meanwhile, D'Urso, another ground ball off the faceoff. A good physical first half being put together by the sophomore. He's got the Bulldogs again on the attack. Poole going to pull it out.
Boy, D'Urso becoming a factor here. He's picked up 3 ground balls on faceoffs here.
That's what I mean. He's been physical. Gets a well-deserved trip to the sideline. Bedford trying to get the personnel right. They go up top. Griffin will stutter step. Going to dance away now, giving room. Goal line extended.
Now you can see the Bedford offense really kind of settling in here, which we didn't see them do quite as naturally as we're seeing today against Pinkerton the other night.
Yeah, that Pinkerton ride was relentless at times. They forced a number of turnovers. I thought Bedford did settle in a little bit better in the second half, but again, just finished with only 2 goals.
Yeah.
Just to give you an idea of how good Pinkerton is expected to be.
Boy, nice play here by Bedford, giving him some space.
Roberto trying to shake off Flanagan, who's not having it. Finally behind cage, it's taken by the freshman on a spin move. Purnell
Switch up top, Toscano. Dodges left, draws the slide, pass, dropped by Griffin.
Look at the collapse by the Cougars here. Nice.
Yeah, they had 5 white jerseys in the area before finally Logan Purvis, the sophomore, gets to it, clears it himself along the near sideline. Good stop for Derryfield. It comes with 4 minutes now gone by second quarter.
Boy, Coach Hetler is getting double duty out of not only his face-off kid, Purvis, but Flanagan. Flanagan's an offensive midfielder that was out on the wing during the face-off, and he just left them out there. He didn't transition anybody out there. And here's Purvis playing a shift on defense, making a rundown on the clear, and then finally coming off. These guys are workhorses out there.
Got to be able to do it at both ends to play for Coach Hetler, right?
Indeed. More so than we've ever seen. This is early in the season, but my goodness.
Pass across the zone, not quite ready for it, was Kramer. Bedford takes advantage. The long pole, Kevin Sheridan.
Nice left-hand transition to roll back there.
Roberto looking for it. Another big collision far side that's got the sidelines fired up.
Oh, what?
Henry Sean trying to stay in bounds, desperately flings it over the shoulder. Murray the other way for the Cougars. Pass again, broken up far side as Parker Henry Sean able to recover. The big Bulldog defender still lumbering along the near sideline. Good touch pass up the sideline. It's Nick Hadley. Avoids a hit from Silvio. Swims away from a second defender but lost the ball. Another ground ball scooped up off the turf. This time it's Derryfield's Fowler. He's going to zigzag his way now from near side to far side. Throw it back to the near side. Airborne for Jared Moulton. The youngster puts on the brakes. Short little skip pass taken uncontested by Silvio. And after a long process, the Cougars are back on the attack midway through now this second period.
Boy, action end to end, as they say.
Yeah. Pace picked up there. Coach Hetler hoping to pump the brakes and work it around here. Derryfield has not scored since they came out with back-to-back goals in the first 3 minutes of the game. Almost 15 minutes of game time ago. Up top, Flint trying to shake off Michael to his left, getting hacked at.
Boy.
Flynn going to shoot.
I think he got a piece of that.
Yeah, covered up along the near pole and then scooped up. This is Bedford's Aiden McGonigal, the junior. And not McGonigal, rather, but Spencer Henry Sean, the sophomore, younger brother of Parker. What do we get here? I think a timeout just before he stepped out of bounds.
Boy, he's got a sixth sense over there.
That's Coach Joe Hansmeyer with another timely timeout for Bedford.
Yeah, he did it the other night against Pinkerton.
All right, our broadcast brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com and start raising money for your team today. Also by New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait. It's backed by their lifetime warranty. 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast. Visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. By the Dead River Company, a full-service heating provider committed to keeping New Hampshire warm with propane and heating oil. Learn more at deadriver.com. And finally, by the Bean Group and Roger Howe Real Estate, your local professional for all types of real estate, residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties. Call 603-247-1583. Nick Anastas with Roger Howe with you this morning, live from Manchester. Although I suppose, it's noon now, officially.
Tea time.
12 o'clock local time here on the East Coast. Game number 3 for Bedford. Trying to get their second win of the season. Derryfield hoping to improve to 2-0. First ever meeting between these two schools. Pass middle, intercepted. Good defensive play by the long pole. Able to snatch it is Fowler. Sophomores look good in this first half. Fowler's still with it.
able to outrun 2 Bulldogs and get to midfield as we get to 5 minutes remaining first half.
Watch number 4, Canty here. He's a freshman, and he's on Coach Hetler's watch list. Nice
Cabot,
tip.
long pass across the zone, tipped out of play. I believe that was the Bulldog defender, Spencer Henry Sean. Here's a shot. Flanagan, a good look here. But another save by Desmond, who's really flashed it well since that shaky opening couple of minutes where he gave up back-to-back Derryfield goals. Has been, well, his usual
3 straight saves.
Self-sense. Over the top on the run, taking a bounce, this one wide. Ends up out of play. Ended up with, 9 saves the other night?
Yeah.
In that 5-2 defeat against Pinkerton.
He did. Yeah, it wasn't one of those games the other night either that we saw a ton of shots. It was a lot of transition, a lot of balls on the ground with the weather.
Yeah.
Bedford can, put a shutdown defense in front of you.
Silvio, little shot fake there. The defender, Brian Riccio, not having it. Now back for Flanagan near side. Both teams have shown patience.
Big time.
On the attack throughout this first half.
Yeah, as everybody knows that watches lacrosse, it's a game of runs, and you just got to be patient, get a couple back-to-back, and go with the flow. And on goal.
Who else? By Kerr. Able to beat out like his Derryfield counterpart Murray by mere inches by just leaning that shoulder in front of the official there on the shot attempt.
Good look here.
Griffin. Roberto. Bedford ends up pumping the brakes. Good hustle by Derryfield to get back defensively.
Exactly.
Coming up on 3 minutes to go until halftime. At the break, Roger and I will look back at last night's score. Busy night statewide. Get you those scores, plus a full recap, of course, of the first half here in Manchester. That's all coming up at halftime.
Good turn.
Shot denied. Waiting was Lebedes. Knew it. Covered up that far post, and now the goaltender with a long outlet pass. Taken along the farm out by Dugan Little, and then a timeout is called by Coach Hetler. Pretty emphatically, in fact, from that Derryfield sideline, as the longtime head coach wants to talk it over here. His club trailing 4-2, with now inside of 3 minutes to go until the break.
Yeah, this is what I call a good timeout. Not that most timeouts aren't good, but this is a good timeout. You got a little in 3 minutes. You're down by 2 goals. You worked hard to get back on that fast break, and they shut it down quickly. And right here, you got a chance to put 2 in back-to-back here and tie this thing up before halftime. And I always love seeing what Coach Hetler does out of a timeout offensively. He comes up with some stuff. There's a number of coaches out there that are very strategic in what they do when it comes to timeouts and plays and drawing things up on the old dry erase board. We'll take note of what he does here and see how that compares later on down through the season.
If you're just joining us, Derryfield got off to a dream start, really. 2 goals in the first 3 minutes. R.J. Prue, Quinn Silvio. Bedford responded midway through the opening frame with a Sean Toscano goal. First of 4, reeled off by the Bulldogs. Just over a minute later, Derek Kaliza lit the lamp with inside of 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Sean Toscano, with just outside of 1 minute, got his second. 3-2 Bedford going into this second quarter. And then Joe Michael, about 2 minutes in, with a nice end-to-end goal for the midfielder. And that's where we are. 4-2 Bedford. First ever meeting, cross-divisional, between D2 Derryfield and D1 Bedford.
Yeah, nothing fancy coming out of the timeout. They go into a pretty basic set here, but they're getting rotation on the backside.
Quick pass.
There it is.
Tough shot.
Wow, we've seen that before from Chili Chabot.
Yeah. Goal line extended. Ready was Desmond with another save for Bedford. His 4th straight. Pass, though, dropped here.
This should be a Bedford ball. They got 2-on-1.
Kick near side and finally scooped up
Well done by Hadley.
Hadley able to maintain his balance in the end, and now Michael spins away from Flanagan, fires right off the chest of the goaltender.
Boy, Michael feeling it, huh?
He's had a good first half, looking for a second goal there, but a better stop by the sophomore netminder. Now Derryfield on the clear attempt. Fowler swims his way across midfield. Flint, middle, nice shot, look. Knocked down. Prue with a good look. Cabot going to keep it alive for Derryfield. Underhanded shot from low to high there from Murray, stopped along the near post. And now Bedford in their own end. Kerr knocked down, lost the ball. It'll go to Derryfield with 1:20 to go.
Good play by Derryfield here.
Silvio on the restart.
Oh,
lost his footing. Landed roughly deep behind the net. Play continues as Kerr gets to the ground ball, and now I think we have an injured Cougar here.
I see no flag, and I see Coach Hetler not real happy about that. He was looking for a trip.
Clock, meanwhile, continuing to tick despite the whistle. They finally stop it.
They need to add that. Let's look at this again, Nick. No, he fell on his own. He got a good cross-body check there by Sheridan, or excuse me, Kerr, and he just kind of fell over the gate, as we call it.
Well, we've seen rain throughout the area, on and off this morning. Windy more than anything else right now, but perhaps still a little slippery or slick down there on the turf.
Well, thankfully the wind's blown. It'll dry it up.
Hopefully Silvio's okay. The junior on the sideline there, limping a little bit.
Boy, Michael is just going wild here.
Shot on the move. Another stop. Some poked loose from behind. Lautieri looking skyward. Now Bedford has it. Michael.
Oh, bad pass.
Too strong for Kaliza. Griffin trying to chase and won't get there. Turned over along the far sideline right in front of Coach Johansmeyer.
Yeah, Johansmeyer's not happy here. They really needed to hang on to that ball and get to the last shot. Joe Michael did not have to make that pass, and here it is, back with Derryfield.
35 seconds. Coach Hetler.
Barking it.
Yeah, he is. He wants something specific. They go up top, now back for Flanagan, near side wing with 25 seconds. Derryfield looking to cut the lead in half. Shot and score, and they will. Tate Flint goes upstairs, the future Merrimack Warrior. Lights the lamp. Ends a long drought in this first half for the Derryfield attack. They get what they want, a timely goal here with just 20 seconds remaining.
Hey, you youngsters out there, look what he did here. He did the little hitch move, and that threw off Desmond just enough that he was able to pluck a corner there to Desmond's right side, his strong side, and that is all you need sometimes. You don't need to blow it by the goalie. You just need to get him to move and think where it's coming out of his cross.
All right, out of the timeout. Bulldogs break the huddle first. A lot of communication between the players. Bedford trying to get back to the semifinals in Division I. Came a little short of that mark, bowing out in the quarters in 2021. A lot of that team is back.
All right, so watch this. Flanagan's got the ball. It's probably going to go up top to Chile or behind. They're going to look for Silvio on the backside here quickly.
There's Flint.
Maybe.
Met by Henry Sean, 3 seconds, jammed up on the shot, and that is going to do it.
Yeah.
A competitive first half here in Manchester. Derryfield struck first. Bedford came with a response. Derryfield had the last word with a goal a moment ago, but Bedford going to go into halftime with a 4-3 lead on the road as the Bulldogs look to improve to 2-1 on this young season. Coming up, full recap, stats and highlights from the first half. Preview the second half, of course, as well. Plus a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Busy night statewide last night. Roger will have that full rundown for you. All that coming up in just a few moments. Halftime here at the Derryfield School. The Cougars trailing the Bedford Bulldogs by a score of 4-3. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company, it's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
Yeah. Oh, back here? Okay, back here at halftime. Bedford, a 4-3 lead over Derryfield in Manchester. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. First ever meeting between these two schools, both dominant for years at the Division II level. And in fact, were players in Division III even before that, going back 10-plus years. So this first ever meeting, a long time in the making. Cougars struck first. In fact, they scored twice within the first 3 minutes of the game. R.J. Prue and then Quinn Silvio in that order to put the Cougars out in front 2-0. Bedford got on the board midway through the first period. Sean Toscano made it 2-1. A little over a minute after that, Derek Kaliza tied the game at 2. Toscano's second came with just outside of a minute to go in that first period. Put Bedford out in front for the first time, 3-2. Second quarter, Joe Michael putting an exclamation point, Roger, on what was really a productive first half for the senior. An end-to-end goal gave Bedford their largest lead of 4-2, but then with just 20 seconds to go before halftime, Tate Flint, former Trinity Pioneer, came up with the answer for Derryfield to make it 4-3, and that is where we are at halftime.
Yeah, quick note about Joe Michael. I'm beginning to think that he has hacked into my email because Coach Johannes Myers mentioned to me in an email that they were going to be expecting a lot more out of Joe Michael on the offensive side of the ball, given their offensive situation with developing players. And Joe clearly has heard that message during practice, because I think all told in the 2 games we've already done with Bedford, he's got to have at least 7, 8, 9 shots, and he's scored twice on those shots. So good for him. The league is pretty active today in Division I. No Division II or III games, but Concord is traveling north. They're up at Yarmouth, Maine, and they've got a game up there. The Blue Hawks, they are at Londonderry today, so hopefully this rain will hold off with Londonderry being on natural grass down there. That can be a slick field. So they're up two powerhouses there in D1 that are going head-to-head. Timberlane, last year's finalist in Division II. They're going cross-state to Nashua North, playing a Division I game. So we've got 2 cross-division games going on here today. And then Pinkerton, their annual trek out to Western Mass to play Longmeadow, which is always a top 10 team in Massachusetts. So they'll have a battle on their hands. And let's not forget about last night's games. I got to give thanks to Joe Marcellena from New Hampshire High School Sports. He has some details on the games last night. Conval 19-2 over Spalding, which was a big, huge game there for Ronan McNamara, scoring 10 goals and having 3 assists. So a 13-point night for that young man. Sauhegan over Dover in a Division I matchup, 10-3. And then Oyster River Newmarket coming up with a big win over Merrimack Valley, 16-2, where Gabe Goodwin had 8 goals and an assist for a 9-point game for Oyster River Newmarket. So a lot happening this early in the season. Good to see.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we'll be right back at it Monday afternoon. Pinkerton at Exeter. That's a 4 o'clock start. Our broadcast begins at about 3:45 Eastern. So, just like last week, got you started on a Monday afternoon. Get your week started in the same fashion here. Week number 2 statewide. Of course, no Sunday show for us tomorrow with the observance of Easter. FNL Lacrosse, presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks, will return on April 24th. All right, opening face-off goes to Derryfield. Roger, now the Cougars, a chance to tie the game on this trip, trailing 4-3.
Yeah, Bedford dominated at the X 6-3 in that first half, and good to see Derryfield get back into the swing of things and winning this one here to start off on offense, as you said.
Coach Johannes Meyer trying to coach up that defensive group. Seems like that's the strategy here with Bedford, right, is allow a little room on the perimeter in an effort to try and condense the middle?
Yeah, I'd like to push out a little bit more. We saw some, real packing it in, as we say, on defense in that first quarter.
Silvio shot.
That went off Desmond.
Set aside. Desmond another save.
So, we kidded, but there is a defensive coordinator on this team. You can see Coach Bordeaux right along maybe the 10-yard line there, really barking at the defense and keeping them sharp.
Yeah, he's been engaged throughout the game here. Well, Derryfield again giving room, top of the box. Flanagan near side wing. They go goal line extended near side. Flint back to the cage, draws a slide.
Good double by Bedford.
Pass across the zone, taken off the bounce by Silvio. Silvio going to shoot on the run, ends up wide. Good effort by Desmond, but it does stay with Derryfield.
And that's a time where you really like to pack it in, because now you've got a quick slide there on the from the defense on the attack that wants to drive the cage. Good turn.
Knocked down, loose, out in front of the cage, poked up in the air by Prue.
Murray
and ultimately, who's that again? Parker Henry Sean. Although he was clipped from behind on the pass, it's going to be a turnover that will keep it with the Cougars. Seen that a few times, Roger, right, where the Cougar attack will give up the possession, but they force the turnover to keep it at this end ultimately.
Yeah, if you can be tenacious on a ride like that and just squelch the transitional part of this game, you're going to see success. Here's this push again by Tate.
On a fire from up close. Things getting physical near side. Now a pileup. And again, it's Henry Sean out of the mix for Bedford. Desmond over the top. Taking off the bounce is Michael.
Good step.
Another clear for the senior. He's still got it.
He's got room.
He's got his eye on the cage. Finally gets rid of it near side, but the pass is dropped by D'Urso. Make that pull. Taking on a long pass by the long pole for Derryfield was Latieri. And now on the move is Murray. Trailer is Silvio. Hit on the catch. Stays up. Fires. Desmond another save.
Boy, Silvio he's got to find a way. Desmond's got his number. I think he's probably made 4 or 5 saves on Quinn alone.
Yeah. Silvio had the opening strike. But Desmond has gotten the better of the matchup since.
Isolate.
Here he is. Shot and score.
There it is.
Finally able to beat Desmond. Good angle on the near side. Took the pass from behind the cage. And he scores for the second time this afternoon to tie the game at 4 with just over 3 minutes gone by in this third quarter.
Boy, Quinn Silvio is making me look like Nostradamus here, because I just said he's got to find a way, and damned if he didn't go out there and find a way. He did.
Right.
Good job. Good work. And a good look by Murray to come up with the assist on that, too.
I'd say good patience overall
Yeah.
by the attack unit there for Derryfield. So 4-4. And another one at X goes to Derryfield. Little going to circle back. Long pole trying to avoid the pressure. Goes across for the sophomore Cabot.
Good job by Derryfield here.
And the Cougars back in the swing of things here on the attack. They go to Cabot. Shot there, Desmond. Another save. Kerr, the ground ball for Bedford. The Bulldogs sophomore right to left keeps it himself.
Well done here by the clear.
Short pass for McGee, and now McGee does get rid of it. The freshman Purnell back trotting here near side, and the Bulldogs will set up for the first time in a while here with 4 minutes gone by in this third quarter. It's the first possession of the second half here for the Bedford attack.
Yeah, and I'm gonna camp on this one. If I'm Coach Johansmeyer, I'm going to just find a spot. There's no need to try and catch up on this one here.
Two-man game. The freshman Purnell changes direction. Shot, no. Second try, no. Off the deflection, Toscano, top of the box. Took it out of the air to keep it at this end. Pull behind cage. Purnell trying to shift his way against the defender Latieri. Back up top of the box. Griffin, a quick lick to his left. Throws it right. Toscano tiptoeing. Start and stop. Trying to get inside that defender. Fowler able to stay with him ultimately, and now Griffin going to retreat on the far side wing. Nearly 5 minutes gone by, third quarter.
There's it.
Kaliza trying to lower the shoulder. Shot stopped again. Lebede's starting to put together a pretty good game in goal himself.
He is, yeah.
For Derryfield.
He's got 8 saves, according to my card.
Moulton, long pass. Flynn fans at it, and Henry Shawn ultimately another ground ball for Bedford.
Got to roll.
The senior trying to spin away from trouble. Down on one knee. Flint harassing him. Long pass taken far side of the field. Kerr misses his target. McGee goes behind him.
Good look.
Cougars the other way. Latieri. And now Silvio in a full sprint near side. Trying to direct traffic with that offhand. Going to settle in here. Goal line extended now as the Cougars midway through this third quarter. Trying to retake the lead for the first time since way back in the first quarter.
Wow, back-to-back here. End back-to-back.
Both teams have played well on the attack, right? A lot of patience, but they've also gotten transition opportunities. Here's a pass out in front of the cage. Bedford's Desmond is ready. The senior now behind net. Lost it. Good ride there defensively. It looked like Murray right on him to force the giveaway and ultimately the turnover. Flint calling for it up top. Quick pass. Flanagan. Now Silvio looking over the defense as well.
Nice, easy, methodical.
Just around the perimeter. Bedford okay with that defensively.
Good slide by Joe.
Yep. Comes over on the switch. Up top.
Good recovery.
Yep. No lane there for Canty. Thought about the shot, but the freshman thought better of it. Meanwhile, Flint spins to his left. Got a man in the middle, and it's finished off. R.J. Prue, the freshman, scored Derryfield's opening score. Got the first goal of the game, and he gets the most recent with just over 5 minutes to go in this third quarter to put Derryfield back in front. As it is now 5-4, it's 3 unanswered by the home team.
Yeah, Flint drew a very, very quick slide, and that left number 6, Prue, wide open on the middle, where they were very disciplined in their defense there. Bedford kind of came out a little too soon there. Backside slide didn't show up.
Meanwhile, at X, Derryfield starting to carve out a little bit of an advantage. Dugan Little came up with it. Now a ground ball being sought after by everybody. It's going to roll behind cage and ultimately just go out of play. Right in front of R.J. Prue. It'll be Bedford possession. The other Henry Shawn, so to speak. This is Spencer. Sophomore and younger brother of senior Parker.
He's got to get
D'Urso able to maintain despite the contact at midfield. And D'Urso still with it, going to come. Goal line extended, and just finally give it up here.
I like what D'Urso did there. He didn't toss the ball away right when he touched the box. He drew the defenders, which allowed Bedford some time to get the offensive midfielders on. The defensive midfielders off, and then the midfielders back on. So good, smart play. Stuff you don't see in the stats.
Right. Showing some game awareness there, I think, too, right?
Yes, indeed.
Inside of 4 minutes, third quarter. Bedford hoping to tie the game. Slide comes over. Kaliza spins. Pass taken on the bounce. The freshman going to get rid of it. And now it's Griffin to his left, trying to shake off his man. Toscano. Sure if that was a shot or a pass. They say it was a shot.
I think
right?
it got a tip. He got a tip.
Kaliza, either way, restarts for the Bulldogs. Little, the long pole, trying to steer him back to the near side wing. Up top for Griffin.
There it is.
Off the pick, right side.
Good recovery, though. Fowler stays with him.
Yeah,
prevents the shot. Upstairs, Kaliza. Little drop step. Slide comes over. Low pass taken upstairs by Toscano.
Why not?
Shot, score.
Why not?
Off the screen, set by Griffin. Toscano goes top shelf. And Bedford has tied the game at 5. That's a hat trick for the junior.
One of the things that the Bulldogs are doing today that they did not do a lot of the other night against Pinkerton was they're allowing Derek Kaliza to finally drive and do some different things on the wing. They posted him up at the top of the box, and I made mention of it to you off camera, where he wasn't moving. He was just there, and he did not move north, south, east, and west as a crease attackman. Now he's got his freedom, and he's finding open guys.
Meanwhile, the face-off goes to Derryfield.
So
where it looked like, Bedford had the initial advantage at X, and Derryfield has kind of flipped that, right?
Yeah. Roberto's in Ophir right now for the second half, so they gotta figure out what's going on there. I'm not sure who the face-off coach is for Derryfield, but maybe they've just made some corrections. Maybe they saw something.
It's got good wing play, too.
Yes. Turn.
Silvio, shot goes off the defender. Loose in a crowd. Kicked! And then scooped up and finished off by Silvio. A fortunate bounce ends up in the junior stick. About a foot out there in front of the cage. Able to slip it past Desmond. Derryfield retakes the lead now 6-5 with just over 2 minutes to go in quarter number 3.
Boy, opportunistic. Followed his shot after it went off a Bedford defender initially. He followed it in the air. It hit the ground and then hit another stick, and boom, he was right there. Well done by Quinn. Well done.
Third goal of the afternoon for the junior. So Toscano's got 3 for Bedford. Silvio with 3 goals for Derryfield, the 2 leading scorers. Derryfield, another possession off the faceoff. Yeah, that's now, 5 straight?
Yeah.
In this third quarter.
5 straight from the start, yeah.
As a result, most of this third quarter action has been off to our right. Big time possession advantage, at least in the second half for Derryfield. Over the top, Cabot couldn't quite reel it in. Michaels all over him. Sophomore going to create a little bit of room and now give it over for Murray.
What I am seeing out of the face-off man from the Cougars, Purvis, he's not trying to get the clamp and just scrum it out. He's literally getting the clamp and he's pulling it back to the wings. He's making it go into play instead of trying to be selfish and just win the face-off straight out.
Ball flies out of Cabot's stick. Went off of Michael, out of bounds. Bedford's going to get it. Cabot not happy with the official. Comes with just over a minute to go in this third quarter.
Pretty standard clear set here. Watch the box.
Pass off target. McGee couldn't reel it in. Knocked over Prue trying to recover. Flanagan gets to it. Fowler looking around. Finds Flanagan. Far side. Back up top for Canty. Canty looks at the sideline. Coach Hetler, arms crossed, giving the signals here with 35 seconds. Cougars look to rebuild a 2-goal lead. Cutter, Prue, finish. Little tic-tac-toe. How about Prue?
Boy,
his second goal of this third quarter, his third of the game.
Coming alive.
And the Cougars up 2, 7-5, their first 2-goal lead since back in the opening minutes of the game.
Yeah, Flint trading assists here with the freshman. Good look. Good look. Yeah, just good lacrosse there. Looked like Bedford was morphing into a zone there on defense, and that's 2 back-to-back goals while they've been in kind of a 3-3 zone there. It's been a little sloppy, but maybe it's time to go back to man here. And now here Bedford finally wins a faceoff.
Bulldogs needed that. And they get to it now with 20 seconds remaining.
Pass knocked down. Trying to stay with it is Josh Beaton, the senior midfielder. Pass intended for Kaliza, knocked down, and here comes Little the other way. Down to 5 seconds as he gets to midfield. Trying for one final shot. He'll pull the trigger and score with just 1 second remaining. Dugan Little, the long stick midi, goes coast to coast. And he's showing you why, Roger. He was second team All-State last season with plays like that.
My goodness, that is just a dagger in your back as time expires here. You did not need that. One of the little gremlins that is starting to pop up for Bedford is that they're having difficulty between the boxes and getting this ball downfield to the offense. There's 2 back-to-back clears.
Well, we'll get to that in just a moment. Didn't realize it, but the quarter's over. I thought there was a second to go. Instead, we're at the break here, and we'll bring it back in a moment. Got something good brewing. Fourth quarter on the way. Derryfield, their largest lead. Will they finish it off, or will Bedford find a way to come back and find out next? You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Start of the fourth quarter here in Manchester. Derryfield leading Bedford by a score of 8-5. It's the largest lead either way we've seen this afternoon. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Derryfield scored the first 2 goals. Came out excited for this first ever matchup. Highly anticipated cross-divisional first ever matchup. Scored 2 goals in the first 3 minutes. Put Bedford on their heels right away with a 2-0 lead. Bedford kicked into gear about midway through the first period. Sean Toscano, Derek Kaliza. Sean Toscano again gave Bedford a 3-2 lead after the first quarter. Second quarter, Joe Michael on an end-to-end play for Bedford pushed the Bulldog lead to 4-2. And then with just 20 seconds to go before halftime, Tate Flint brought Derryfield back within 1. 4-3 Bedford was our score at halftime. Silvio scored his second goal to tie the game at 4 about 3 minutes into that third quarter. R.J. Prue second.
Nice save.
Put Derryfield back out in front 5-4. Toscano, Silvio exchanged goals 6-5. And then in the final minute, Derryfield scores twice. Prue's third.
And there it is.
And then Dugan Little just before this fourth quarter began. However, Derek Kaliza showing you what he can do as the sophomore scores his second goal. Bedford needs a shot in the arm. They get it from the right-hander.
So we just said at the end of the third quarter there about the transition game falling apart there for Bedford between the boxes, and they pull it together here, and they get a fast break goal quickly. Purnell on the assist.
Comes with just over a minute gone by in this fourth quarter. Now a 2-goal gap again.
Good play.
Roberto able to scoop. Big advantage for Derryfield at the X in that third quarter. Helped Derryfield retake the lead, but Roberto able to get a key one there for Bedford, and now a chance for the Bulldogs to get within 1 here.
Yeah, they needed that, and much like Silvio on his goal there in front of the crease. Oh, nice play.
Able to flash open. Right on the doorstep was Kaliza. Toscano feeds him inside, but Kaliza's shot ends up wide. It will stay with the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Roberto following that ball off the faceoff all the way and getting the ground ball in the box.
Toscano draws the slide. Trying to whirl his way out of a double team. Little is on him.
Oh, this is a good match right here. Watch Kaliza.
Kaliza against Flanagan. Goal line extended. Going to trot his way now behind Gage.
Smart play. You got a short stick on an attackman. This is where you want to go to work. Got to pull the up. Pull him up. Pull him up.
Trying to lower that shoulder. Slide comes over.
Yeah, smart play by Kaliza. Did not
Pulls it
force
out.
it.
Yeah.
Flanagan doing his part.
Yeah, he's looked good defensively today. Upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
Top of the box. On the run. Shot for Toscano ends up wide. Took a shot on the elbow, it looked like, from the stick of the defender as well on the release.
Yeah. Well,
ends up with Derryfield on the far side. Cougars get the stop they want.
All right. Mental mistake there by Kaliza. After he passed the ball up, he did not get into the backup position there for Toscano's shot.
3 minutes gone by. Fourth quarter. Derryfield looking to slay a Division I Dragon. In the first ever meeting between these two schools, of course, they were really dominant in Division II at different times over the last decade. 3 straight championships for Bedford, 2012, 13, and 14, before Derryfield rattled off 4 titles in a row, 16, 17, 18, and 19.
Wow.
Here's Quinn Silvio.
Wow.
Starting to put together a pretty good afternoon. Goal number 4 goes upstairs over the left shoulder of the goaltender Desmond. And it's Derryfield by 3 once again. Now 9-6 with 8:39 to go.
Yeah, Flint again with a good assist from X, finding Silvio. Boy, he can pluck some corners, Nick. That kid can find it.
Take a sniper on that one.
Holy moly.
Scored 4 of the 9 for Derryfield this afternoon.
He is in a groove.
Flint gets to the ground ball. Derryfield's got another face-off. The former Trinity Pioneer able to duck a hit upstairs. Lost the ball, though. Hadley trying to sweep it for Bedford. Changes direction and gets to it. That is a good play.
They got numbers here.
Across the box.
Numbers.
Shot knocked down. Beautiful stop. Lebedes gets to it. Ground ball ultimately gets to the long pole, Max Fowler. Fowler's long pass taken on the far sideline by Kramer is knocked down.
Ooh.
Haven't seen many penalties this afternoon.
Just the one.
Going to get one here, or what do we have? A timeout.
I think it's a timeout.
Timeout, Derryfield.
But that should have been a flag. That was a push.
Both coaches, I think, were upset. Derryfield okay with it now, though, as they use their first timeout of this second half as we get a look at that save.
Oh, well done by Lebedes. He was right there.
Sophomores look good today, holding Bedford to just 6 so far, and he's stringed together a few different streaks, right?
Yeah.
All in all adds up to, would you say, 9 saves?
Yeah, he's rivaling Desmond on the other end. Desmond's got 11, and Lebede's got 9. So, yeah, they're both rising to the occasion.
Well, there's Coach Hetler in the huddle, trying to make sure his guys are in a position here, as we've talked about, a young team for Coach Hetler. Only 2 seniors. One of them had never played lacrosse before. As a result, the juniors, the sophomores, even the freshmen have to shoulder a little bit more, and perhaps in an unfamiliar spot here. 8 minutes to go. They got a 3-goal lead to protect. Of course, ironically, they did beat Winnicott by this same score of 9-6, but a little different if you're trying to close off a Division I team, right?
Yeah, and you said it all right there. Young team, all right, very, very young. There's freshmen out there that are playing regularly. Here is where you teach. This is not about getting a goal right here. This timeout from Coach Hetler was, let's settle down. We do not have a shot clock in this game. We've got a perimeter game that we have been pretty successful with right now. Do not shoot this ball unless you've got a clear look at Desmond in the cage. do not turn this ball over in transition, because in this game of lacrosse is when runs begin, right here. And when teams that aren't experienced and mature enough to understand that, this is where they can hand a game back very, very quickly. And that's what that timeout was all about.
Of course, an opportunity here to kill some clock too, right?
That's the name of the game. Ball control. We talked about it the other night. Okay, up.
I think both teams have had good shot selection this afternoon. Patience has been there for both attack units, but you're right. If you're Coach Hetler, you got to drive home that point here.
Exactly. And watch. They're just going to let the defense engage them and see how mature and experienced the defense can be, and not try to get frustrated.
Well, that may be an adjustment we see from Coach Johansmeyer, right? Is the defense maybe being a little more aggressive here, trailing now late in this fourth quarter.
You got to push out. You got to make things happen. You can't allow them to just rag the ball. I'm sure Coach Bordeaux and Coach Johansmeyer said, we watch the adjacent slides here if we have to. It's not something we want to do, but, hey, you can't allow these guys to do what they're doing right now, and you're going to have to get aggressive.
Silvio dodging, shooting, won't get through the defense.
Hit Joe Michael.
Loose, far side. Henry Sean in pursuit, won't get there.
Ooh, sloppy cradle. And that's a push. That should be a...
Kramer lowered the shoulder. No flag. Silvio gets to it.
It should have been a change of possession right there. No penalty, but there was clearly a push, and that's a change of possession play.
Meanwhile, coming up on the midway point, fourth quarter, Coach Hetler roaming the sidelines for Derryfield.
Yeah, this is
engaged
smart
with his guys, right? In communication at all times.
Well, what he wants the short stick matchup for Tate Flint. He wants Michael to be drawn in to X with Tate Flint, and he didn't get it.
Going to bring it near side now. Flanagan behind the cage. Kerr in pursuit. Hack it at him with that long stick. Back up top of the box. Silvio likes it. Fires. Wide. Came in low with some speed to the right of Desmond. Out of play. Stays with Derryfield as we hit the midway point, fourth quarter.
Another coaching tactic right there. I'm sure Coach Hetler said, if you're going to take a shot here, you better make sure we have backup. And he had two backups on that shot by Silvio.
Continuing with this running dialogue. Almost like a traffic cop out there, Coach.
Love it.
Coach Hetler, yeah, he's got his guys on the same page here.
Love it. Nice.
Up top.
Nice.
Flanagan won't get through.
Wow, off Henderson.
Yep, and there comes the goalie. Here comes the goalie. Desmond. Long up the near sideline, batted down at midfield. Did he step over the line?
Yeah,
the officials say yes.
Yeah.
Good effort by Lautieri.
There we go.
The official, Peter Burkhart, coming over and giving it to Bedford correctly.
Exactly, yeah.
With now 5.5 to go.
Yeah, that quick whistle implementation a number of years ago gets a lot of guys really excited. It used to get me very excited as a coach. I wanted to take every advantage.
I bet.
Yeah, you'll hear Coach Cameron do that too. We're ready.
Yeah.
They're
almost schoolyard style, right?
Exactly.
Two-man game behind cage. Bedford going to have to hurry now. Trailing by 3 as we hit the 5-minute mark. Griffin trying to get inside of his man. Goes over the shoulder and scores! A tough shot and score there for Zach Griffin, the junior. Surrounded by white jerseys out in front of the cage. Made it work. And brings Bedford back within 2.
He did not get good wood on this. It came out of his stick right out of the lower pocket by the stop. It did not come off his shooting strings. That's why it looks so weird. Wow. Hey, I got to say something real quick before this face-off. Desmond, captain, makes the save, knows he's got to get the ball upfield. He takes off out of the crease and forces the clear up here by the half-field line. And thankfully, they got the ball back on an over and back. But, hey, captain leadership there.
Made a play for sure.
Absolutely.
A heady play. Big play here for Roberto at X.
Yes.
The face-off man able to corral ultimately. Purnell whips a pass behind cage. Kaliza jammed up, though, on the spin move. Good defensive effort
by little.
You can hear Coach Joe Hansmeyer saying, don't do it on your own here, Derek. Give us a possession. Don't force things. There's still plenty of time in this game.
4.5 to go. Griffin trotting over to Toscano. Toscano, who scored 3 times today, shoots on the run, knocked down. Right, he got a piece of that, it looked like, Lebedes.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a save because that was heading for the far corner.
Ultimately, it's Kaliza who keeps it in play in that far corner for Bedford. Griffin sidestepping 2 defenders. Got the shot away, but it goes wide.
Wow.
Again, the Bulldogs will keep it at this end. Kaliza starting to piece together some things here, or Griffin, rather. Kaliza on the restart.
Griffin's showing me something here today, man. 2 face dodges around defenders there in the heat of battle.
Looking for another one
here.
Shot, knocked down Lebedes, and then swept to the near side, but still up for grabs. Taken just inside the box for Fowler for Derryfield. He's going to swim his way to that far sideline, find some space. Cougars with 3.5 to go in this fourth quarter. Trying to kill off the clock and protect this 9-7 lead. Up the far sideline, Flint going to tiptoe across the 50. Make 2 men miss, or was he pushed out of bounds?
Timeout by Hutler.
Did he get it?
Yep.
Yes, he did. Timeout Derryfield. Cougars will keep it. 3:24 to go. All right. Reminder, our broadcast this afternoon brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By New Hampshire iPhone Repair, it's done while you wait. It's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast. Visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. By Dead River Company, a full-service heating provider committed to keeping New Hampshire warm with propane and heating oil. Learn more at deadriver.com. And finally, by the Bean Group and Roger Howe Real Estate, your local professional for all types of real estate, residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties. Call 603-247-1583. Nick Anastas with Roger Howe. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. 9-7 Derryfield. Cougars, in the first ever meeting against Division I Bedford, looking to improve to 2-0 on this young season and really get another milestone win, perhaps, in a lot of ways, for Coach Hetler.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, back-to-back wins over Division I power like Bedford, plus the prior win over Division II power Winnicott. You got to feel good about yourself at this point in the game. I'm going to say, here, Bedford cannot afford a faulty defensive stance here. It's going to quite possibly be the difference of being 1-2 at the end of the day or 2-1. They've got to put a stop together here. And they got to get the ball back.
Yeah. First things first, take it away from Derryfield as the Cougars look to wind down this clock as we approach the 3-minute mark.
And you've heard me say, Nick, in many, many, many telecasts, this is where I want to lose the ball if I'm Derryfield. I don't want to lose the ball in the midfield. I want to lose it behind goal line extended. I don't know how many teams we've seen over the years, and I've seen over the years, that don't get this simple concept of time management and risk management.
Bedford coming out and chasing now. Cabot being hounded by Michael in the far corner. The slippery sophomore. Good reversal. Silvio keep it on that far wing now. Low pass taken behind the cage. This is Murray.
Well done. Well done, my Murray.
Kerr trying to close him out. Top of the box, Flint. He'll direct traffic with his offhand here. 2.5 to go. Flint being whacked at by the defender, Spencer Henry-Shawn.
You are almost in a situation where you're going to have to double the ball here and pull Desmond out. You get to that 2-minute mark, and you just are going to run out of time if you let them to continue to do this. This is why the college game doesn't allow the ball rag like they used to years ago before the shot clock.
Right, and the shot clock really isn't that old either.
No.
What, it's 2-3 years? 5 at tops?
Maybe 5. Yeah, maybe 5. They've refined it the last couple of years with the addition of a 60 reset when the ball hits the goalie or the goal, that is. But it was a wonderful implementation at college.
Yeah, I'd love to see it at the high school level, but there's a lot of logistical things that have to come together.
I got to tell you, I've seen a lot of college games in person, and there are many colleges out there that can't handle the implementation of the shot clock 5 years later. Good luck.
Cabot, there's the shot they want. It ends up wide, though. That's Prue, the closest to it for Derryfield to keep it at this end. Clock really starting to tick down now, just 1:20.
Oh, I don't. Did they award the ball to Bedford?
I didn't think so, but
well,
because Derryfield has already used 2 timeouts, we have a timeout here.
Yeah,
with 1:22 to go.
Interesting. Yeah, the shot clock thing has really it's moved the game along, but it's also made the game more exciting because you can't just do what Derryfield just did for the last, almost 2 straight minutes. They got the ball a little over the 3-minute mark, and here we are. But I've liked it since I've seen it. I didn't think I was going to like it, but I did when it finally came around. Yeah, good game management by Coach Hetler here. That's going to pay off come playoff time, I'll tell you that.
Well, reminder, we're back on the air Monday. We'll be in Exeter. Pinkerton and Exeter, rematch of the semifinals from a year ago. That game gets underway at 4 o'clock Eastern. That's an afternoon affair. 4 o'clock Eastern, 3:45 or so, we'll be on the air. Again, Pinkerton at Exeter on Monday.
I may be incorrect in saying this, but I saw a tweet about midweek. Exeter just hired their head coach after Jerry Hawley left.
I think that was back in February.
Was it back in February?
I think.
Okay, I'm going to double check on that.
But I'm not sure.
I'll do my normal research process and see what's going on over there.
By the way, Exeter and Londonderry, that's a final. We'll get to that after the game. One team, one big.
Wow, you're a teaser, aren't you?
I am. That's what they pay me the big bucks for. Right?
Wow, how do I get on that payroll?
Exeter and Londonderry, that final score coming up after the game, along with a full scoreboard.
Here's your double with Desmond out of the net, and that's going to pay off. There it is. There it is. They need to move the ball quickly.
They just clamped down on Flint. Lost his stick footing and the possession.
Oh, you can't do that. Come on, Beaton.
Beaton trying to recover after the drop pass, helped out by the freshman Purnell, and now a timeout is given to the visitor sideline. Coach Johansmeyer stopping the clock with 1:08 remaining. Bedford with possession, however, still trailing here 9-7.
Yeah, my wife kids me all the time when we go to these games, and I have to stand over by myself because I cannot help but.
You got to immerse yourself into the game. Right?
Yeah, well, I still got that coaching thing going on, and it just comes right out of my mouth. But it's one of the reasons why I was just an absolutely horrible ice hockey official. I was always coaching the game. I was never watching the game from an infraction standpoint. And my official's career on ice ended very quickly.
How long was that?
I did that back in 2007, 2008.
2 years?
2 years, yeah. I had a very good friend who coaxed me into it, Al Sterling, who was head of referees for the state of New Hampshire for a while. He had great aspirations of me taking over that job for him because I was already doing it at the state level for lacrosse in a number of ways with being a board member. But no, I did a girls' game at the Verizon Center, and I had more parents yelling at me than I care to even remember. More than I had ever had been yelled at as a coach.
It's a thankless job in any sport, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Our 2 guys here today have done a great job.
They really have.
I feel like.
One penalty today.
Yeah.
One push.
And it's been a physical game. It's been the let them play approach that I, for one, appreciate.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Bedford down by 2. Clock a factor. We're down to 1 minute.
Patience. Look at Bedford packing it in. Oh.
Another drop pass, though, may do them in. Kaliza took his eye off it on the far wing. Silvio in the mix for Derryfield, gets to the ground ball. Cougars get the turnover. Now down to 45 seconds. He's going to throw in wildly down the field.
Let it go. Yep. Good.
Bedford going to get to it as Henry Sean wins the foot race, but only 38 seconds remaining for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs need to get their offense on the field here.
Parker, Henry Sean. Near side. Kerr, the defender, across midfield. 30 seconds. Kerr, near side. Bedford trying to get the personnel, but I don't think they got the time. Purnell behind Cage. Kerr going to sprint off at midfield. Another drop pass. This one behind Toscano. Griffin trying to get to it. Little has it instead for Derryfield. And now with just 10 seconds, the Cougars hoping to rattle off the remaining time. Little spins out of a double team. Down to 5 seconds. Ball loose, still on the carpet. A whistle with 2 seconds to make it 1 second remaining. Is a push against Bedford. Derryfield has it. And for the first time ever, the Derryfield Cougars beat the Bedford Bulldogs here in Manchester. The Division II, perhaps favorites, celebrating on their home field following a 9-7 victory over Division I Bedford in the first ever meeting between these two schools.
Wow. That was some really good lacrosse there the last 5 minutes, I would say, of this game.
Which went scoreless.
It was scoreless, but it was strategic, and just 3 or 4 miscues of unexecuted passes from Bedford was the difference in their failure today.
Well, a big win for Coach Hetler, who I think had himself a pretty good game on the sidelines himself. The longtime veteran, really instrumental, particularly with closing the door in the final minutes as his club gets the win to improve to 2-0. Bedford, after a tough loss in a good showing, back on Thursday in a 5-2 defeat against Pinkerton, they dropped their second straight, slipped below the 500 mark at now 1-2 overall.
Yeah.
Coming up, full recap, stats, highlights from this one, plus a out-of-town scoreboard that features a blowout on the D1 level. That and more coming up next. You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company. It's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
Now the Derryfield Cougars, in a lot of ways, Roger, played a complete game today. They came ready to go. They struck first, really in both halves. Scored the first 2 goals of the game to set the tone. Trailed at halftime, came out with a strong third quarter, and then closed it out in the fourth to improve to 2-0 out of the gate as they beat Division I Bedford by a final score of 9-7. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you here from Manchester. As I mentioned, the first 2 went to the home team. R.J. Prue, Quinn Silvio. Within the first 3 minutes, Bedford struck back at the midway point of the first quarter. Sean Toscano cut the lead to 2-1. Derek Kaliza tied it a moment later, and then Toscano's second came with just over a minute to go in the first quarter. Bedford held the lead going into the second by a score of 3-2. Joe Michael, another strong game for the senior, scored his lone goal about 3 minutes into the second quarter, gave Bedford their largest lead of 4-2. Derryfield then responded with 2 straight before halftime. Tate Flint, with just 20 seconds, made it 4-3. Then Derryfield tied it 3 minutes into the third quarter after a strong showing at the face-off X gave them a big possession advantage in that frame. Silvio's second goal tied the game at 4. R.J. Prue, about 3 minutes later, put Derryfield back on top 5-4. Toscano's hat trick with just outside of 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter tied the game again at 5. Quinn Silvio's third with just outside of 2 minutes gave Derryfield a 6-5 lead. Then things got really interesting in that final minute of the third quarter as R.J. Prue scored his third with 28 seconds for Derryfield to give the Cougars a 2-goal lead. Dugan Little beat the buzzer on an end-to-end play that really gave the home team some momentum going into that fourth quarter. 8-5 Derryfield with just 12 minutes to go. Derek Kaliza did what he could to get Bedford back on track, scored with just over a minute gone by in the fourth quarter to bring the Bulldogs within 2 at 8-6, but then Silvio's fourth came less than a minute later to give Derryfield a 9-6 lead. Zach Griffin gave Bedford a little bit of hope with just outside of 5 minutes remaining to pull the Bulldogs within 9-7, but again, Coach Hetler really with his hands all over the final 5 minutes as Derryfield closes the door and wins this game outright by a final of 9-7.
Yeah, that was definitely the difference for the Derryfield win, is that he called that critical timeout and got his very, very young squad tuned into what game management is all about. The deadly dagger in this game for Bedford was the third quarter. They just, whatever happened, 2 goals to Silvio, 2 goals to freshman Prue, and then at the buzzer for your long stick midfielder, number 11, Little, to put that ball in the net in the third. Just kind of, you could hear the air coming out of the Bedford squad as they started that fourth quarter. And then the face-offs right there from the very beginning of the second half for Derryfield. They just dominated where it was a toss-up in the first half. So those were the differences in the game. Both goalies played great.
Final numbers on those goalies, because they're both approaching double-digit saves, right?
Yeah, I got 11 for Derryfield for Lebedes, and I've got 11 for Desmond.
There you go.
So there you go. In the face-offs, we were 11-9 on the face-offs. So, and that was in favor of Derryfield, or excuse me, 11-9. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they did what they needed to do to improve to 2-0. Cougars have tomorrow off, which is Easter. Have Monday off. Back in action Tuesday at Bow for, I believe, a Tuesday afternoon stint. And then Bedford doesn't get any easier. They got Concord. They revitalized Crimson Wave program on the road on Tuesday.
Yeah, and
we look to get back to 500.
Yeah, we're not getting anything out of Maine, out of Yarmouth. Concord's up there playing Yarmouth, so they'll be ready to go too with having a weekend game like Bedford did.
All right, we promised you some scores, including a big one in Division 1.
Ouch!
I let the cat out of the bag during the commercial break to Roger, but I'll tell everyone else. How about 18-3? Exeter, a big blowout win over Londonderry. We are going to see Exeter, as we know, coming up on Monday when they play host to Pinkerton, but 18-3 over a good team like Londonderry is a statement win, correct?
It has to be. There has to be something going on there. As I said to you off camera, I've had a number of conversations with Coach Sampson preseason here, and he was very, very up on his squad this year. He recognized some of their weaknesses out there, and I think they kind of showed in that first game against BG. But he had those guys ready. They had 7 scrimmages preseason, and they were ready to go. And I wasn't so shocked about the BG game after I saw the numbers, after I saw the tweets and everything from across both platforms. But to see this, I'm not mildly shocked. I'm totally shocked.
Well, Exeter showing you that they graduated a lot last year, but they are on the short list of contenders.
Yeah,
in Division 1.
If I had to go back, and I will go back, before the Exeter game, I think they lost 6 starters. From the Blue Hawks squad from last year in that final game that they played against BG, which was a thriller, a really good game.
That score, by the way, courtesy of your old friend Coach Gerard.
Wow,
who texted us?
Well, he's a Londonderry resident, so
quarter.
I wonder. I don't think he's there at the game. Well, he could be. He's got kids in the program over there now, so he's kind of a Londonderry townie.
I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Final reminder from us. We're back on Monday with another Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Of course, we'll be at Exeter for Pinkerton at Exeter. That's a rematch of last year's semifinal matchup. Always a good game no matter what the season. We just talked about Exeter. Pinkerton, they look good in their season opener, which we did back on Thursday. In the win over Bedford. They're at Longmeadow this afternoon, as you mentioned, one of Massachusetts' perennial programs. So we'll get things going again bright and early, at least by afternoon standards, on Monday as Pinkerton is at Exeter for 4 o'clock.
Indeed.
All right, some final thank yous. Want to thank Coach Hetler for hosting us here. Of course, the athletic director at Derryfield. We appreciate him. Of course, our sponsors, Beals Insurance, the New Hampshire Tomahawks, MG Sports Fundraising, of course, the Bean Group and Roger Howe Real Estate, Dead River Company, and New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We appreciate them being in the fold. Of course, our crew, a little short-handed today, but no problem. Both Craig Incardoni, our cameraman, stepping up. There's the thumb of his left hand. And, of course, our director, the man behind the curtain, Ben Beals, coming out on site to help us get up and running, make it easier to get underway. So we appreciate the efforts of those two guys. Of course, my partner here, Roger Howe, another good broadcast in the books. Appreciate you.
Yep.
And, of course, my name is Nick Anastas saying so long. Final score, final time, Derryfield 9, Bedford 7. It's been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.